Hi guys, this is going to be a bit of a long one I'm afraid, but I need your advice and help. I'm smoking the Falcon pipe with my son's Oriental Dream in it. And I'm and I'm drinking cold coffee because that's quite nice for just cleansing the mouth. Right, what happened was I bought something on the internet. It was a pipe rack and it was advertised with 12 pipes. Now I took the pipes to be sort of a bit rubbishy because this was sold by an antique shop and they had a lot of pipes that they sold separately, and they didn't really look much when they were pictured with the rack. That's the rack. It holds 12 pipes, it was made in Italy, and I think it's quite a nice little pipe rack. Altogether it cost me just over £29, which I think is $35 to $40 in American money. I don't know, maybe not that much. But then when I looked at the pipes, I got a bit of a shock. The first one I picked up was this one. Just take that off. It's a Savinelli. That doesn't help at all, I don't think. You can see it's been well smoked and it needs decaking. It's a Savinelli Deluxe Milano, and it says 128 Italy on the other side. The end isn't too bad, but it is broken at the bottom, so it is quite bad actually when I think about it. But it's quite a nice pipe, it looks a nice pipe. I'm not sure whether that goes with it. That's slightly loose, and I'm not sure how to make that fit. So that's one of the things somebody might be able to help me with. A little pipe. I think these are called Ansies, but I'm not sure. It's got lovely markings on it. You know, you can see the red there in deep within, and the rustication, or whether it's rustic or, you know, whatever. Inside, it's quite clean. The mouthpiece isn't too bad, and it's quite tight. And on that, it's got the word Tesmy, Tezmy, and on the side there, it's got the TY on the stem. So whether that's a maker, a brand, or what, I don't know. Another one, and this one I was really surprised at. Let's look. Just look at that. The markings, you know, it's very deeply grooved and marked. Whoops, sorry. Again, it's not too bad inside. I'm not sure whether that goes with it, but again, that's very loose, and I'm going to have to do something with it. But it's not too bad at the other end. And on that one, it's got Jeanlet, Jeanlet, and underneath ECORCE. Now, I don't know what Corsi means. Now, whether that's his name, Jean-Leto Corsi, I don't know. But I think I get the feeling that that's handmade. Let's just see whether I can show you the inside again. Yeah, you can see it's pitted inside, but not too bad. And it has been cleaned a little bit. A bulldog, I think it is, if I can find where I put it. Now this has an anchor carved into the front, as you can see there. It's got some pitting on that side, and there's a crack in the bowl that you can see there. It doesn't go right through, and it's got a seal on it there, on the I think it's probably electroplated, but I don't know. Yeah, EP. And then 3 marks. JW311 on the marks. No other name on it. I can't read the name at all. This one is a Hamilton Deluxe, it says. I don't think that's too bad. Inside, again, it's been cleaned out. The stem is a little got at. These Frenchmen must have strong jaws. It's a Hamilton Deluxe on one side, and on the other it's Brewer Guarantee St. Claude. So I think the pipes are St. Claude or Hamilton Deluxe, Brewer Guarantee. St. Claude's probably the village or the place where it was made. BRUYERE. I've seen that a lot of times, and I don't know whether it's a maker or what it is, and I'm not even sure whether I'm pronouncing it right. Another Brewer Guarantee, it says. A smaller pipe, but not bad markings on it, nonetheless. You know, you can see the grain, which I've finally remembered what the name of it is. And that has Brewer Guarantee. The mouthpiece is fairly chewed, and it does fit sort of quite well. I don't know whether I've shown you that one, the Ansi Tesme. Again, it's a nice looking pipe. I'm not really very good at holding these because I'm shaking so much. But it's got some nice colouring in there. You know, the closer I get, you can see the reds below the markings. And on the little plaque there, it says Tesme, I think. I don't think it's now Telme rather. And it's got TY on the stem. This one again is not a bad pipe. It looks as if it's got some fairly nice markings underneath. Now don't know whether I can see light underneath there or no. I think that's just it's that metal piece. So I'm not sure whether even that goes with it. but it's La Oriental Plus Royal Paris. Sorry, it's got some reasonable markings on it, but not very well brought out. This is a really little pipe. You can see how my fingers are on it. But it's got some nice sort of great, the markings on it are quite nice. Sorry. You can see how they're... And that's Napoleon Brewer Guarantee. Napoleon. The end's quite nice and clean. Sorry, nice and clean. This one is got no markings on it at all that I can see, but it's got like a military stem. It's got a silver ring, and it's got a crack at the top of the pipe, and I think that does go right through. I'm not sure. Let me have a look. Nope. No, it doesn't look as if it does. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Looking in the wrong place. Needs cleaning a bit, but sorry. There's like a mark there, but it just looks where the whatever it is has come off. Nearly finished. This one is Lek. It's a beautifully carved pipe first. Let's have a look at it. You can see it's almost primitively carved, but it's not bad. I thought it might have been done by an amateur who just wanted to carve the pipe, but I'm not sure, because it doesn't, the little flower is sort of very well carved. The stem's sort of quite nice. It's hardly been smoked inside, and there's a name on it that says Lek Dissakles, which is Dissakles. I think it's a K and not an X. It's very difficult to read. What I call giraffe pipe. The markings are really quite unusual. Looks like a giraffe skin. You can see it better there, I think. Yeah. On that, it's got EPOSE, and then it's got SCUCHE, I think, or SGUGHE, and it's de Brewer, France, or Francine. And then the last one is that pipe. It's got a fairly tight fitting. The stem's stuff quite good. It's very clean inside, but no, that's not too bad actually. I thought it was thinner on one side than the other. So I think those are the pipes. It's, what do I do with them? How do I, I can clean the bowls, I can polish them, I can polish the stems, but I can't repair the stems myself, I don't think. Whether I can get some new stems or not, or whether I can just put over that shrinking plastic that you can get, which I've got, I don't know. I'd value anybody who knows anything to sort of look at them, give me whatever information they can, and I'll probably leave it there because I'm realising that time's going. But I'll end with a joke as usual. Excuse me. There was a priest in church hearing confessions, and there was a circus in town, and one of the girls, an acrobat, came down for her confession, and she went in and sort of said, "Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's 3 months since my last confession, because I work at the circus and it's not always easy to get to church, because on Sunday we're tearing down the show." And she makes her confession, and it all goes very well. And the priest happened to have been a roustabout in the circus. And as she'd finished the confession, he sort of, "How are you enjoying this area? How's the circus going?" And he said, "Look, I used to be in the circus and I loved it a lot. Could you just do some cartwheels down the aisle on the way out? Just remind me of things." So she, "Yes, of course, Father." So she went out of the confessional and he got out and stood watching her. And she started at the altar end and cartwheeled down the aisle, all the way down. Really beautiful, and stood up and then just turned and bowed to him and then walked out. Now, it just so happened that there were 2 ladies coming into church while she was doing this, and they stood aside to let her out, and one of the old ladies grabbed her friend's hand and said, "I'm going to have to go home." And her friend said, "Well, why? And sure, if that's the kind of penance he's giving out, I'm going to need to get me knickers."